two of them. There's two more on the shelf. And they got all the new Marvel Legends. There's just a bazillion people in the way over there right now, though. What's up, guys? So this is what's going on with the Peyton Royce figures. I actually found 4 cases of Elite 73 at Walmart. And I thought she was a Target exclusive, but I guess, I don't know, maybe they're doing exclusives at both Target and Walmart. Like, only Target and Walmart get them, but both of them do. Because I saw another guy get one at Target. So I'm not sure how that happened. Plus, it's an odd number figure. Series 73. So, because it's an odd number, that normally would go to Target. But I have no idea why that at Walmart. But, anyway, so they actually technically had 14 Peyton Royces at that one Walmart. They had 4 cases up top. They had 3 cases that they took back because there's just no way to stock all that many, because they also had 4 cases of top picks of the Elites. And those are obviously going to sit there for probably about 3 months. They're probably going to take 3 months at least or more to sell. And you probably still find a few of them, like the AJ Styles, the Seth Rollins, still sitting there. But, yeah, that was pretty amazing to me. I noticed that, on eBay, she's gone down from like $60 to about $30. So obviously a lot of people are finding her, and she's 2 per case. So that's a good thing. Mattel's listened. They made the collector's editions 2 per case instead of 1 per case. And she's always the bottom figure on the case too. So anyway, that's what I found. I was shocked, and they're only $15.88 still. And yeah, so I called up all my friends, and they went up there and got them. And I got 2 for myself. But yeah, so yeah, there are only 2 of them that were in bad condition too. Like, all of them were in mint condition, the boxes, but just the top of the card was really messed up on 2 of them, and one of them had some kind of blurry face paint in the photoreal eyes or whatever. But other than that, yeah. So I'll put on some bonus content right now because this video is so short, and I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe for more, and I could do live toy hunts. It's free. Just click the button and like the video, I guess, if you want. And I'll see you guys on the next video, which I'll probably try to put up another review or something on the next one. I got issues with my phone. My memory card's not working in my primary phone. It only works in my secondary phone. So my reviews are on the other memory card, so I can't even upload them from this phone. So I can't do any editing on that phone or on my video, on the reviews. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Collecting and Hobbies. Today we're going to do an action figure review of Orlando Calrissian, and if we have time, maybe I'll throw in the Range Trooper, or I'll just do a real short review of Lando. One thing I noticed, I just got these from Big Bad Toy Store on sale, 3 for $14, and if you look close, there's a black dot there. It's not supposed to be there. There's supposed to be black on the other side on his pocket, but he has no pocket on that side that's supposed to have black. So I'm going to open this one with the perfect paint job, or the better paint job. But another thing that I was trying to figure out when I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to open and which I wanted to keep for my collection in the box was with the beard, because in Solo he doesn't have a beard that goes all the way through. He just has basically a mustache and a goatee, but he also has the sideburns. So he's got a lot of hair, but it's this one. Some of them seem to have more hair on the jawbone going around, and some of them don't. Where'd that other one go? The other Lando. And this one seems to have more hair going all across the jawbone. But this one's technically a defect because it's got that big old paint splotch where it's not supposed to be. I might open it up before I return it, because then it gives me a reason to return it, is that the defect, just to see the difference between the hits. Alright, so Lando's number 65 in the 6-inch Black Series line. There's the little bio. It's not focusing. Smooth and sophisticated, Captain Lando Calrissian stands ready to retire from the life of a smuggler and instead become a full-time gambler, or sportsman as he calls it, shuffling from card game to card game across the galaxy. And this one probably came in the second assortment based on his date code, because it's a lot later, and I forgot to show that bio in the Han Solo one. Han Solo reinvents himself after leaving behind his old life. Now Solo is growing increasingly comfortable traveling with lawbenders and scoundrels. And he's number 62. Alright, so let's bust open Lando. Alright, so cut the tape. That out of the way. And here we go. And just like Solo, he comes with a blaster, his only accessory really, but it separates into two. Oh wait, and a scarf and a cape. So I guess you could say it comes with multiple accessories. Let me get the blaster out. There we go. So let's go over the blaster first. Simply silver. Got a little warpage from the packaging, just like Solo's. But this one seems to straighten out super easy. And like I said, this part comes off, comes out. And that's a good thing for the way that it's got a, if you look close, you can see that it's shaped flat on one side, so you know the exact way to put it in. But you're going to need to be able to do that, I think, from to get it into the holster. Now, as far as the figure goes, let's look at that head sculpt first. It's a little bit hard to see. It's not technically, it looks like It's a little bit faded. Let's take off his cape here. I mean, it looks like there's some shading in there. I don't know. But I mean, Donald Glover. This is Donald Glover. Danny Glover's son. Yeah, he has that new head sculpt, by the way, with the moving neck. Unlike Solo. Solo's neck doesn't move. But what I was trying to say was the sculpt on the paint. It's not painted all the way through, like super thick, but it does look like there's shading there. And his head is really loose on mine. Looks pretty good. That's not supposed to be there. And this looks like it's black painted yellow. That's not a good sign, because that's you'd have to paint over that with yellow. If you try to scratch that black off, that's not going to happen, because technically the figure is black with the yellow painted over it. So look at that. That's a lot of articulation. Very easy to move around, at least without the cape on. And we got super tight joints in the arms. He gets well over 90. Here he has the side hinge, and then he's got the swivel. And he has swivel here as well. And this hinge is so tight, I don't want to move it because it's so tight. I don't want to break it. There we go. This one's a little easier to move. There's the hinge. And of course it swivels. Hinge and swivel joints all the way around. This one is, yeah, it is up and down, but the shirt gets in the way. It's like the coat on Han Solo. He can kick up all the way on this side. This is glued down, this holster, but he can still get with that. I mean, this doesn't come off. It's actually glued right over on this side, but he gets up most of the way. And of course he's got double hinged knees and kick the booty. I don't know why I said that. I guess it's a way of saying how well it's articulated. 80721. This goes up and down, and forward facing pin for rocker. And trying to get these to swivel very, very tight. Incredibly tight. I don't think this one will swivel because this is all glued. Maybe. Yeah, it swivels, but just a little. It's incredibly stiff. And of course his tie or whatever, scarf comes off. There we go. Very tight joints. Very a big mixture of, this one's real easy to move, easy. The elbows are easy. These are super tight. His head and neck, they're super easy. Look at that range of motion. Very nice range of motion. You can go all the way down. That's a lot of articulation there, because he's got a ball joint here, and he's got a ball joint inside of his neck as well. It's a new thing that Hasbro started doing with this wave, but his moves a lot more than Han Solo. Solo's neck doesn't move because it's part of the sculpt in his jacket or whatever. But yeah, a ton of articulation, great paint job. This is probably the only real complaint, is that this leg doesn't really move much because of that. And of course that spot right there. Now I'll show you how the blaster goes in here. And so you put it in like this. As far as I know, it goes in this direction. I'm not sure if the scope, okay, I guess the scope is supposed to go in this little ring right here. And this is why the blaster comes apart. So you can, there you go. It only goes in one way, so you won't get confused. And the scarf is very, pliable. It's thick down here, but it's extremely thin right here. Up here, very, very thin. Almost breakable thin. And then, of course, this cape itself is also very pliable. It's mostly blue on the inside. So it looks like that's where the yellow went. Yellow went into his cape, came off. I guess he was still freshly painted when they put the figure in there. Now let's show his gun accessory real quick, how well he holds it. If I can get this out. So he's got a trigger finger on his right hand, so obviously it's made for his right hand, but we'll try his left hand first, just to see what it'll do. And yeah, it fits in there just fine. This is basically like a Death Trooper blaster, but without the extra nozzle. It's basically what it is. And for the most part. Okay, and this hand is very small. It's going to take a little bit of work to get it in there. If you want the trigger finger in there just right. There we go, sort of. No. Yeah, it takes a lot of work, but it can be done. Getting that trigger finger in the hole. His gripping hand is a very tight grip. It doesn't like to expand. That's very hard plastic where his fingers are. And it's a lot softer around, so it's kind of hard to get in there. But once you get it in there, it stays. It's not going to fall out. But it's not the best grip. And then, of course, there's the rest of the blaster. And last, let's see, let's put his cape back on. I think that's what it's called, right? I mean, it's cape, right? But there we go. He doesn't have a lot of surface area with these boots, so it's kind of takes a minute to get him to stand up. And there you go. And there he is, Lando Calrissian, ready to go. And I'm sure it'll fit just fine. The blaster's not going to take up any space to get in the way of his cape. And you can, as you see, you can pose him a little bit with the gun drawn, even with the cape on. So you're just going to have to find the pose that you want. And again, it's a little, doesn't take a lot of work to get him to stand up, but he has very little surface space on his boots. They're relatively thin, so be wary of that, I guess. And that's it for this review. The next one I'll do, I guess, is the Range Trooper. And I'll see you guys then, or on a toy hunt, or whatever the next video I get to upload is. And thank you guys for watching. Collecting and Hobbies out.